Welcome back to All Esteem, where we search for that hidden manna, those pearly gates. I'm your host, Dottie, on the mic. Warning, what you are about to receive will, without a doubt, leave you face down, trembling in awe of Yahuwah, our mighty Most High, our wonderful Creator, our righteousness. It'll cause you to no doubt give Him and Him alone all esteem. It'll no doubt utterly destroy your world view if you receive it. Witness the mighty right hand of Abba Yahuwah. Now, this is the verse of the day, Proverbs 11:24, and I figured when I seen it was verse 24, I thought, well, maybe we better look at this a little closer and before we go on and read Habakkuk chapter 3, and you're going to want to see that, most definitely. Satisfaction guaranteed. And it's going to be all the more confirmation, all the more proof that the message is the truth. And it's what everyone needs to take heed of. More proof is right here in this chapter 11. We went over this, but hey, what it takes. But check this out, verse 24. There is one who scatters yet increases more, and one who withholds more than right, but it comes to poverty. Now, let's see if chapter 11, if the context here, verse 24, is according to the message. And you're going to see that it is, and it's going to destroy the way you thought things were. But verse 24 it's been the message of the last three videos. I mean, as far as what the basic message of what I've been talking about the last three videos has been the short measure, the full measure, and the short measure. And like I said, it's like stealing from the Most High when you don't come in and come out, when you don't take your inheritance and you act like Esau. It's like spitting in the Most High's face. It's robbing him. He's told us there is one who scatters yet increases more. One who scatters, what he's talking about here, listen, and one who withholds more than is right, but it comes to poverty. The short measure is the last part, but the first part is like someone like Abel who truly stores his treasures in heaven. But let's get the context. And boom, right here. Verse 1. Check it out. A false scale is an abomination to Yahuwah, but a perfect weight is his delight. And hey, I'm not a betting man, and I would never encourage it. But what do you want to bet that this chapter 11 is going to tell us what the message has been telling us? Like I said, it's going to confirm it all the more. But just like all Abba's word, it's right on time. Time calculated and precise. This is going to be what you need to hear today. Trust me when I tell you. We've been talking about the short measure, the false weights, all this. And look, the verse of the day, 11:24. And then look what verse 1 is talking about. There's so much in here you're going to see. And in Habakkuk 3, my family, my mishpachah. Turn your ears on. Open your eyes. And you might want to grab a bib. Pride comes, see, then comes shame, but with the humble is wisdom. The integrity of the straight ones guides them, but the slipperiness of the treacherous destroys them. This is where we have to have our Berean boots on, suited and booted, baby. The integrity of the straight ones guides them. The golden rule is, when we follow the golden rule, we come in and come out like Abba Yahuwah has told us. We're blessed in and out, baby. And if we don't, we're cursed. We die. That's the message. Follow the Lamb. What would the Lamb do? That's where we have integrity. If without following the Lamb, coming in and coming out, that residential cycling into Yerushalayim, like the Fremont Native Americans, when we deviate, our integrity has been compromised. We have no integrity. We just wander about aimlessly with no point and a sense of direction. It's a slippery slope. You're just sliding in all different directions. And it's treacherous because you're acting against, you're that enemy of the Most High and his people. If you deny this truth, if you don't adhere, take heed to this warning. This is a warning that you're receiving right now. And it's a blessing. It's life or death. Choose this day. Riches do not profit in the day of wrath. That's the day we're in. All those riches, anything you could keep a hold of, you got to let go. Unpry your fingers from it. Let go of it. All the riches is over here when you let go. Like the Messiah said, if you try to save your life and if you try to salvage your buildings, your churches, your houses, your cars, your money, your clothes, the Benjamins, baby, in this day now, the day we're in, I can't tell you about the day back in the 50s or any other time, but in 2024 here, the year we're in this day, which is the day of wrath, and we've confirmed that, and you're going to get more of that right now. But in this day, all those riches, they profit you nada. But righteousness delivers from death. Not just you being the best person you can be. No, solving this rightly. Judging rightly with right ruling. That means coming in and coming out, following the Torah, the instructions. Not holding yourself to judging others if they don't do it just right, but following it. It being the desire, the oil that lights that lamp. You have to desire to do what the Most High desires you to do. This Torah, these instructions must be your delight. We're not going to walk it perfectly, but we must delight in it and walk it. And it should be all we want to do. That delivers you from death. That's the message. The righteousness of the perfect makes his way straight. The righteousness is doing what's right, and that's coming in and coming out. The Most High's give us the blueprint. He's told us what's right, and don't just take my word for it. Go ahead and prove that. Test that. Test those words. Put them to the test, and you'll see they're tried, proven, tested, put through the fire. They slice and dice. The truth is, it reigns supreme. It makes your way straight. But by his own wrongness, the wrong one falls. His own wrongness. I'm just going to do what I want to do. The rapture. I'm going to stay here. I'm building this church. I got all these people, all that, whatever it is. If it doesn't include you coming in and coming out and coming to the true Yerushalayim, you discovering that the image of the beast is what it is, and you coming out of all that, and then wanting to come home. If it don't include all that, it's your own wrongness. And that's where you fall. The righteousness of the straight ones delivers them, but the treacherous are caught by greed. When a wrong man dies, expectancy perishes. Expectancy. Because look, our expectancy is in the house, in Yerushalayim, in doing that which is continual, coming in and coming out. He's told us. That's the blessing. That's the life. The death is doing it wrongly. So when the wrong man dies, it's over for him. And the ambition of the wicked shall be lost. All that they worked for, it's for nothing. The righteous is delivered from distress. We're in the day of distress. The distress is the hiding of the land, the humiliation of our comely home, and us being shattered at the head of every street. Everyone's doing it wrong, and the wrong one takes his place. You do it right, though, you're delivered from distress. The defiled one destroys his neighbor with his mouth, but the righteous is delivered by knowledge. When the righteous prosper, the city rejoices, baby. See? If we would have bet, you'd have to fork over what we bet. You would have lost, because this is all about the city. The voice of the Most High, Abba Yahuwah, cries to the city. That's what it's all about, baby. Coming in, coming out, following the Lamb. If you don't follow the Lamb, it's curtains for you. When the righteous, when they do what's right, prosper, the city rejoices. And when the wrong perish, there is shouting. But by the blessing of the straight, see, the city is exalted. But by the mouth of the wrong, it is overthrown. He who lacks heart despises his neighbor, but a man of understanding keeps his silence. A slanderer is a revealer of secrets, but one with a trustworthy spirit conceals a matter. Without guidance, the people fall, but in a great counselor, there is safety. He who is a guarantor for a stranger suffers harm, but one who hates shaking hands in pledge is safe. That's talking about the image of the beast. If you've made a pledge to stand with Israel, drop that right now, because let go of that, because it's going to kill you, my friend. If you don't worry about the oath you've made, this is where humility comes in. Yes, you're going to have to admit that you've been wrong. Yeah. But if you can't do that, you know what that means, right? That means that you lack humility, and that pride has destroyed you. Don't worry about the pledges you've made before. Don't worry about the crimes and the sins you've committed in the past. Yesterday, this morning. Worry about what you do now. And you ain't got to worry about it. If you come in and come out, you're blessed, baby. You're in the kingdom. It's a wrap. A woman showing favor obtains esteem, but ruthless men obtain riches. A lovingly committed man is rewarding his being. Wink, wink. Every time he says lovingly committed, he means someone showing up at his house, coming in and coming out. But he who is cruel troubles his own flesh. The wrong one earns false wages. The wages is coming in, that blessing. When you come in and coming out, you're blessed. That's the wages. But the wrong one, he thinks he's getting those wages, right? See, you can see that that's what this is talking about. All the religions, all these horses and chariots, all these ideas about once saved, always saved, the rapture, anything that has anything to do with not coming in and coming out is false wages. But the one sowing righteousness, a true reward. A true reward. Without a doubt. And you can take it now, my friends. Thus righteousness leads to life, see, and one pursuing evil to his own death, suicide. The perverse of heart are an abomination to Yahuwah, but the perfect in the way are his delight. See, that's his desire, just for you to come home, baby, and come be with him, and dwell in his midst, with him in your midst. Hand to hand, the evil one does not go unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall escape. Like a ring of gold in a pig's snout is a beautiful woman who lacks good sense. The desire of the righteous only good, the expectancy of the wrong is wrath. There is one who scatters, yet increases more, and one who withholds more than is right, but it comes to poverty. Let go of everything. Don't worry about what you're going to lose. Think about what you stand to gain, my friend. You stand to gain life, all the riches. That place that the Messiah said he was going to go prepare, that's what you stand to gain. Life everlasting. The generous being is enriched, and he who waters is also watered himself. That's why you got to show up. You got to stay consistent. Like my brother Daoud says, stay consistent. That way the priorities stay in the front of your mind. When we do this every day, we roll our sleeves up. We strap up our Berean boots, suited and booted. We read this word, dissect it, break it down, love it, tremble over it, desire to do it, to do his will. It just keeps getting better. It's that faucet's open wide right now. And these things that we're reading about right now, the Most High shows us it's groundbreaking. It's revolutionizing. There ain't nobody ever been had talked about this stuff before, and it's what the Word tells us about, isn't it? We ain't making nothing up. We're just reading the Word, which is what we all need to do every day. The people curse him who withholds grain, but blessing is on the head of him who sells it. He who earnestly seeks good seeks what is pleasing, but to him who seeks evil it comes to him. He who trusts in his riches falls, but the righteous flourish like a leaf. He who troubles his own house inherits wind. See? If you're a member, if you're a child of the Most High, Abba Yahuwah, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you have a inheritance. You have a home, a city. If you trouble that, if you ain't about that life, and this all doesn't mean nothing to you, you're inheriting wind is what you're. I'm looking at what I am inheriting, and it's fantastic. The words can't explain how amazing this is. To see our reward and to know that I have it. I've grasped a hold of it. Like the Word told me. The Most High told me I could. Anything else is wind. And the fool is servant to the wise of heart. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life. There you go. Boom. Boom. Right there. All that Revelations is talking about. The fruit of the righteous. Doing it right. If you're doing it right, the fruit of that is you coming home, coming in and coming out. That's the tree of life. What you're hearing is those waters that come that come flowing from the throne, that lightning and that thunder. This is the renewed song you're hearing, the song of the Lamb and of Moshe. And he who is winning lives is wise. See, the righteous in the earth shall be rewarded. How much more the wrong and the sinner? Now check out what Habakkuk 3 has to say. Brace yourself. A prayer of Habakkuk the prophet of Shigionoth. O Yahuwah, I have heard your report. Your report. What's that report? I was afraid. O Yahuwah, renew. Renew. There's that word renew again. Just like the renewed song, the renewed Jerusalem. Your work in the midst of the years. Of what years? Make it known in the midst of the years. In wrath, remember compassion. That'll let you know that those years he's talking about is right now, here in 2024. It's been made known. You're hearing it right now, that renewed song. You're hearing this new tidings that would come forth from Jerusalem in the end. Those waters that come forth from the throne. The Most High comes from Tamah, and the set-apart one from Mount Paran, Salah. His splendor shall cover the heavens, and his praise shall fill the earth. And the brightness is as the light he has raised from his hand, and there his power is hidden. There his power is hidden. The light, it's this word, but it would shed light. When he's talking about the sun would rise with righteousness, with healing in its wings. That means the sun would shine the light on your true home, but it would come from the truth, his word. And that's the power. That's where the power is when you come and return and do that. And it's been hidden this whole time. It's that truth that has been for so long hidden is now being revealed in these end days. Before him, and count yourself blessed. Hallelujah. We all should be just dancing for joy. I got the permagran over here, my friend. Everyone should be ecstatic right now. Before him, pestilence and a burning flame goes forth at his feet. Wink, wink. That's letting you know. And that's talking about coming home. The red shoes. All that stuff. He shall stand and measure the earth. See? With the rod. He shall look and shall shake nations, and the ancient mountains are shattered. The age-old hills shall bow. His ways are everlasting, those everlasting foundations of the earth. I saw the tents of Cushan under sorrow. See? That's what he's letting you know, that the land is in confusion. The people are confused about where is where, and who is who, and what to do. Well, now you know. The curtains of the land of Midian tremble. Shall Yahuwah burn against the rivers? Is your displeasure against the rivers? Is your wrath against the sea? That you ride on your horses, your chariots of deliverance? You uncover your bow, the oath of the rod of the word, Salah. You cut through the earth with rivers. Just what I was saying. See how Abba always has my back? I was just telling you, this word in the end, and then this is the coming of the son of Adam. We're seeing him coming down on the clouds. He's cutting through the earth. He's revealing our home to us and what we got to do. All that good and fabulous stuff. The mountains shall see you. They tremble. The storm of water shall pass over. Wink, wink. The deep shall give forth its voice. The stones shall utter their voice. Cry out. The rocks are crying out, baby, and you're hearing it. Don't it sound beautiful? It's music to my ears. It's that remix. It shall lift up its hands. Sun, moon shall stand still in their places. like light, your arrows fly, like lightnings is your glittering spear. Sun and the moon standing in their places, that's not literal. This is a riddle. He's talking about it's going to stand still and shine. It's like the sun, not literally, but, metaphorically speaking, shining over top of Jerusalem, saying, here it is, come back here. That's what he's talking about, because that's why he says lightning and glittering spear. He's talking about his word, about the throne, about coming home, about the golden rule, following the Lamb, in and out. You step through the earth in rage, you thresh the nations in wrath. You shall go forth to save your people, to save your anointed. You'll get anointed when you come to the throne, Mount Zion. You shall smite the head from the house of the wrong, by laying bare from foundation to neck, Salah. More proof that we're in those days, because you're witnessing that in real time. The house of the wrong, he's laying bare. He's showing us the shame. You shall pierce with his own arrows the head of his leaders. They stormed along to scatter me, rejoicing as if to devour the poor in secret. Yep, ain't that what's happening? Sure is. You shall tread the sea with your horses, the foaming of many waters. The foaming of many waters. All these different ideas. Yeah, the rapture theory, we're good. We accepted Jesus into our heart as our personal Lord and Savior. All these ideas that don't include coming home, all these waters, it's just foaming. It's just a big mess. It's chaos. I heard and my body trembled. My lips quivered at the sound. Rottenness came into my bones, and I trembled within myself that I might rest for the day of distress to come upon the people who would attack us. And that reminds me of something I've never mentioned to you guys, but there's times when the Most High gives me this unbelievable truth that we're witnessing, that you're witnessing, that we've been reading. When there's times when he gives it to me and I'm seeing it and I'm realizing what it's saying and how we've got it wrong and what's really going on, I tremble and I get shaken, I get nervous because I realize how huge it is. And then when I try to spit it out to you guys and share it, I'm that way sometimes because it's so big. And it's like, my gosh, I can't believe that I'm seeing this and I'm trying to relay this memo to you guys. It's crazy. I love it, but at the same time, it's a lot. But it's life, my friends. And we must take heed. Though the fig tree does not blossom, and there is no fruit on the vine, the yield of the olive has failed, and the fields brought forth no food. The flock has been cut off from the fold, and there is no herd in the stalls. That's what's happening right now. Yet I exalt in Yahuwah, I rejoice in the mighty Most High of my deliverance. Yahuwah, the Master, is my strength, and he makes my feet like those of deer. If you just tuned in and you wanted to know what those deer meant on the movie Leave the World Behind, that's what he's talking. That's what those deer represent, what he's talking about right there. They come to the house. That house is called the Open Cornered House. It's shaped like Utah for a reason. That whole movie was telling you about what is happening right now. We're in the year of the return. Look it up if you don't believe me. We've went through this. Go back through. Check the facts. Check my content. It's there. I got the receipts. This is happening. And you best take heed if you want that deliverance. And makes me walk on my high places to the chief singer with my stringed instruments. Sounds so good.